Poor Trials of Mana. In any other month or even year, it might be the most highly anticipated remake of a classic game from the 90s. Instead, it's not even the second most anticipated remake of April. Final Fantasy VII Remake and Resident Evil 3 have been receiving all the attention and fanfare, while Square Enix treats Trials like a bastard stepchild that has to live under the stairs and eat table scraps. Which is a shame, as while it lacks motorcycle chases and bee-themed strip clubs, Trials of Mana is still an excellent action RPG that celebrates the past while updating its gameplay for modern times. I'm Jamie Latour from The Gamer, and this is our review of Trials of Mana. This, of course, is a remake of the 1995 Super Nintendo RPG Trials of Mana that was never released in North America until last year's Collection of Mana. The story is about the Mana Goddess, who uses her magic power, called Mana, to create a magic sword, called the Sword of Mana, so she could fight off some evil monsters, seal them away into, yes, Mana Stones, and then afterwards the fight took so much out of her that she had to go into a deep slumber and turn into a tree called, yes, the Mana Tree. I think I'm starting to notice a naming trend here. Years later, her magic force is fading and the Mana Tree is withering away. Humans are going to war over the remainder of her power, and it's up to a fairy, helpfully named Fairy, to bond with the human host, visit 8 elementals, grab the Sword of Mana, and defeat evil. It's about the most JRPG-ass JRPG story you could find in a JRPG. It's got the same structure and tropes and cliches that you would expect, although there is some random wackiness thrown in for fun. For example, at one point you escape a ghost ship, wash upon a beach where an active volcano is about to blow, and after talking with a peaceful tribe of monsters called the Tomato Men, you get accosted by a guy dressed in Count Chocula cosplay before being saved by a giant turtle duck wearing a scuba mask. So yeah, stuff happens. The big hook of Trials of Mana is the fact that you can pick from 6 selectable heroes, one of which is the lead character with 2 others joining your party as support. For my heroes, I chose Duran because he's the quintessential JRPG hero, and he has Chrono Trigger hair. I wanted an offensive magic user, so I chose Angela, the shopping-obsessed Valley Girl princess who spends the game wearing a seductive one-piece bathing suit even though she lives in the middle of the goddamn Arctic. And I chose Charlotte.
I'm Charlotte. I'm a famous beauty from Wendell. A dream.
Because I hate myself. The heroes you choose determines which villains you'll fight and what storylines you'll experience, although don't expect anything major from these individual hero stories, as most of them aren't particularly deep. Hell, Duran's story is literally just about him wanting to change classes so he could beat up a wizard that he doesn't like. The game makes up for its narrative shortcomings with some stellar action RPG combat. As you level up, you'll pump points into different stats, which unlocks abilities, buffs, new moves, and spells, and there's plenty of weapons and armor to buy in each town you visit. In fact, you'll be able to buy just about everything because this game is pretty generous with money and items. It almost makes the game a bit too easy on normal difficulty, as your pockets are always overflowing with cash and healthy, life-saving candy. But I didn't mind that so much because it made for a breezy, fun, relaxing gameplay experience, and there was just enough occasional challenge to keep me engaged. But for all you hardcore elite pro gamers out there who enjoy having a game step on their neck like a digital dominatrix, there's a hard mode for you. The graphics are colorful and lively with some adorable enemy designs, although some of the animations are a bit stiff, animatronic, or just plain weird. The music, however, is insanely catchy, full of fun new versions of classic Trials of Mana tunes. I never knew I loved the marimba so much until I got this song stuck in my head. Seriously. It won't leave. It's been in there for days. I'm scared. It's the perfect soundtrack to accompany you on your journey to slaughter countless adorable innocent monsters. Big Brother Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to hoggle the spotlight, and with good cause, as it is undeniably one of the biggest games ever released. But Trials of Mana is still a worthy title that takes a classic JRPG and impeccably updates it for a new generation of gamers. Even its rudimentary RPG story harkens back to the good old days of the Super Nintendo, which should give older gamers a case of the warm fuzzies. It makes up for its lack of explosions and shocking character deaths with good old-fashioned action RPG mechanics, and manages to invoke nostalgia while still feeling fresh. That's why we give Trials of Mana 4 irritating clown baby Charlottes out of 5. Thanks for watching. To read the full review, visit thegamer.com or click the link in the description below. Seriously, Angela, you live in the middle of a goddamn winter hellscape. Please just put on a parka. You're going to die.
I love shopping.
Then buy a scarf.